Hey guys, Booligan here with Booligan Shooting Sports. Today, taking a look at a couple of Glock-based projects that are just tremendously dumb. Honestly, kind of just, well, one of them is realistically the dumbest thing I've ever designed, but sometimes it's fun to do things that are a little bit dumb. Obviously, we know, of course, about the Big Chungus. Big Chungus is great. Big Chungus has those nice weights underneath for recoil reduction. Just a really good competition style pistol. I don't have the optic mount on there now because I'm still doing a little bit of development work on that, but that's way too practical. I guess we'll take a look at this thing first. I don't know why I designed this. This is realistically just the dumbest thing that I've designed in a very, very long time. It's the Block 26. It's just a block of a gun. It does have the kind of nice fact that it doesn't print at all when you say tuck it in a pocket. It just looks like a big, really like you're carrying a paperback book in your pocket. But the idea behind this thing, if I suppose I have to assign some sort of logical purpose for it, it's a little greasy. This is the prototype, so it's a little banged up and a little bit greasy. The idea behind this was to sort of make, the micro Chungus frame. There's the big Chungus, which is the 17L. There's the Lil Chungus, which is the 19. You've got Le Gros Chungus, which is the FN version, and this is the subcompact Glock version 26. So you see these holes here. These correspond with channels that go all the way in to the channel for the guide rod. And inside there are spots for you to put some weights. I've really stuck with this 3/8 inch weight figure. It's really good because it's a Pinewood Derby standard size. So it works really well for things like the Big Chungus and the Little Chungus and the Little Chungus. And I'm like, well, how can I put them in here but actually still have some weight up front? You can't really do it, sticking this way because you don't have space. So let's do them vertically. There's no weight in this one yet because this is still just sort of a dev mule, making sure we're having things like the rail heights correctly set up. But yeah, this is just tremendously dumb. It's pretty much impossible to shoot properly. Like sort of kind of left-handed so you can see. You can get your middle finger there, your ring finger kind of tucks underneath. You can't shoot it normally like you would with two hands because you don't have a good place to hold. Certainly don't put your hand up there because one, you'll shoot your hand off, and two, that's not what that's there for. You can't get your thumb around it. It's just not a good place to put it. You can actually do kind of a rudimentary like teacup adapted grip underneath that kind of works, but yeah, this thing's ridiculous. I don't know why I designed this. I designed this kind of just for the lulz, but here we are. So that's the Block 26. So the Block 26, we had some other people that printed it, and it's been released. It's actually publicly released now on my Odyssey page. So if you want to build one of these yourself, I designed it using the PY2A architecture. So you'll need to get your rails from Print Your 2A, PY2A. And, good luck finding a Glock locking block. The slide on this guy and all of the internals are from Patmos Arms and from JSD Sales. So they did an awesome job supplying this stuff to us, and big thanks to them for helping out on the channel. So that's enough about this stupid thing. We'll get this out to the range once I get it running reliably. I'm just having some sear engagement issues right now. I just need to tweak a couple things on that. But there's the Block 26. Patmos sent over a couple of other parts, including some Glock 19 parts. So I've got two pretty interesting Glock 19 frames in the works. This is the less interesting of the two, if you believe it. I call this the Glock 1911. 3 World Wars and all that. The idea behind this was to sort of blend some of the nicer aesthetic features from the 1911 with a Glock 19 pattern. And in that regard, it's moderately successful. The grip panels in this one are a little wobbly, so they may pop off. The screws may pop out. We're still working on that. It's got a slimmer front dust cover. It has a really pretty well recreated 1911 trigger guard. It was actually kind of tricky to do that, and in hindsight, I need to change it a little bit because I had to sand the bottom of the trigger just to get it to fit. You have a little bit closer. It's within about a degree or so of a 1911 grip angle, and then that flare in the back. Now this guy's real wide, real fat base here. The later versions, this is properly rounded out, so it fits a little bit better. And of course, you've got grip panels, because what's a 1911 without grip panels? These are some prototype grip panels. This whole thing is a prototype. Obviously, it's like it doesn't have certain pins installed in it. The finish on it is not great. But the idea behind this is they're not proper 1911 grip panels. There's no way to do that really without making the thing completely impossible to hold. But it's just, they emulate the idea of it. And I've actually been working with Chairman One, and he has developed some really nice textured and stippled grip panels for this. So it's sort of our first official collaboration, and I think it's going to be the start of a beautiful design relationship because he gets my aesthetic, I like his, and we're going to be doing some crazy stuff with that. But yeah, so this is just sort of a developmental mule for that. It's got this really nice beaver tail in the back that actually, like, your hand just kind of sits well in there. And it just, this is actually going to be a really good shooter once I tweak just a couple of things on it. Again, this is another slide and internal parts from Patmos and JSD. So, like, many thanks to them for their support of the channel. They've done just a really great job. And yeah, so these are just two kind of weird Glock-based projects that are coming across the desk. I have a bunch of other stuff that I'm working on. The other big Glock-based project that I'm doing is actually a printable recreation of the Halo Magnum pistol. That'll use Glock 19 parts as well, and it'll actually include a printable slide cover. You'll slide this cover over the slide. It'll be secured by an extended lock or extended back plate, as well as through the screws up front. But that's going to be kind of an interesting design, but that one still needs a little bit more R&D before we're even going to throw that one on the printer. So kind of just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on some of the ridiculous things. But as I said, the Block 26, if you want to print this now, for whatever reason you may want to print it, it is the worst Glock. That's on my Odyssey page. This guy, still doing a little bit of development on, but this will be first obviously on my subscription site and then on my Odyssey page about a month after that. But yeah, so there you go. A couple of kind of ridiculous projects from my idiot mind, and hope you guys enjoy seeing this stuff. Hope you guys enjoy printing this stuff down the line. Of course, thanks for watching.